Hayden has another question about the current civil rights movement with regard to racism and sexism. Was some of that left-wing terrorism in the 70s not related to civil rights issues? Yes, they were. And you've raised a very provocative question that I'm not quite sure how I'm going to address this, but why not? Let's just throw it out there. Black Lives Matter, systemic racism, equal rights for women, equal rights for LGBTQ, woke culture. These notions that society has to change and change significantly, in part to make up for the injustices that have been around for 10,000 years. And we all agree that there's definitely been racism. There's definitely been gender inequality. There's definitely been intolerance of LGBTQ across the planet for thousands of years. And in some places, it's still quite rampant. Is it possible that elements within those movements, and I use movements in the plural because while there are some similarities, I would agree on the political spectrum, they're probably left of center, but I'm not sure I'd call them left-wing causes per se. Is it possible that if they perceive that progress as they define it, as they desire it, is not being made quickly enough, there could be acts of violence? Absolutely. For the reasons I already cited. If your cause is that dear to you, and you want to make a difference, and nobody's listening, it is highly possible that you could resort to violence to grab people's attention, to make them do the things you want them to do. Again, I'm not predicting it. I'm just citing it as a possibility. And if you go back to the 60s with the Weather Underground in the United States, which was definitely a far left movement, they were responsible for all kinds of bombings and all kinds of bank robberies in the United States over the better part of a decade. So yeah, it has happened historically, and there's no reason to think it couldn't happen again in the months and years to come. I sincerely hope that 5 years from now, I'm not going to be still doing reporting on terrorism. Maybe that way I can ignore the newest wave of terrorism, but we'll see. We'll see. It might happen before then. If it does, I can assure you that I'll be covering it.